you go.
Yeah. Look, remember we was down and broke, no place to go. Now we got business.
Welcome to Free Game Podcast. That's right, not quite like Keys, but I get an A for effort. No, but seriously, welcome to Free Game Podcast. As you see, we got this little breakfast spread out. You know, most important meal of the day. Myself personally can eat breakfast food all day. Cinnamon Toast Crunch for me. Tricks for the kid, because he's a kid. But yeah, I never had this brand. Hopefully they don't let me down. I usually do the original Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Which one is
It
that?
says Dolce de Leche, El Dos de Cruncho.
Maybe it's the same thing.
It just seems like they got some caramel or something in there, but we gonna get it popping. But how do y'all even pour y'all cereal in y'all? You know, with y'all? Cause I'm more of a milk first type of guy, and then cereal. Some people are like,
You put the milk in
flood it
first?
up in there. Yeah, because I don't want it to get soggy.
You can't be trusted, man.
Yeah, I don't want it to get soggy. So I constantly, you know.
You put the milk in first?
Yeah, I put the milk in first. So we want to ask y'all, how do y'all go about eat y'all cereal? Do y'all do it the traditional way where you get the big bowl and just fill it up and then put the milk in there and your cereal soggy and everything? Or do you take the approach that I take and put the milk in and then pour my cereal and constantly refill it? dang near empty the whole box, in one setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how many bowls you think that is?
This right here, with this bowl, that's about 3 of them joints. It's a little box. This ain't the family joint.
Yeah, it's probably like 3 or 2.
Yep. And then of course, I got the turkey bacon. My boy messed with that oink oink.
No.
So
Divine swine.
it's not for my kind. Fresh glass of OJ. What else? We got pineapple mango. We exotic.
You know.
Who my boy Jay exotic? We exotic today. We got the pineapple mango.
No. Can't mess with that citrus. I mean, this probably still got citrus, but not,
Yeah, I mean, I know it's acid in there, but
My orange would be a little bit.
breakfast is a real cheap meal. Like, you ain't gotta go shrimp and grits and all that. You could just do, grits, bacon, cereal, bacon, bagel, cream cheese. Get about that jam. You good. Bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
Health is wealth. Make sure you're taking care of your bodies.
For sure.
Staying hydrated. Take vitamins. Get your fibers. Free game. Again, thank you to our viewers and all of our supporters. It costs you nothing to share, like, and subscribe.
Amen.
That's all we asking. And let's get into what we're getting into.
Let's get into it, man.
I ain't even welcome. Coach Don.
Coach Don.
Got my boy Big Miah over there.
Miah,
Yep.
This
SG, let's get it.
2-man pod today, man. We gonna get right to it, man. We know about mentors, man. We know about people that help guide us and, get through tough situations. Charlotte.
Whew.
Charlotte Hornets, man. They
Are basically the Dallas Cowboys. You got niggas selling crack.
we saw
God, crack. No, he got locked up for some weed.
we saw Montrezl Harrell earlier, like a month ago, get locked up. Well, not he locked up, but got arrested for having 3 pounds of weed in his whip. First of all, bro, you're worth millions. You're not supposed to be riding around like that. Have somebody else do that. Secondly, we saw LaMelo a few months ago stressing, hitting the blunt like that man going bankrupt or something. He busting the dooney down, man. But then also we got PJ Washington. We already know about that. I'm not even about to get into that. PJ Washington, and then recently, I don't know, his bag might be messed up, depending.
MB.
Miles Bridges, man, he just
Flint,
got
right? From Flint, right?
Yeah, Flint, Michigan.
You know what he rapping, man.
Michigan boy, Michigan State. It's sad, man. He just got arrested for domestic violence. On here we don't promote domestic violence, but
Totally against it.
it's crazy, to just see a talent like Miles Bridges, who actually was doing very well last season, could have been arguably an all-star,
Dominating.
and would have probably got the bag, because he was teasing like, man, if I'm not going to Charlotte, I'm going to Detroit. And then it's crazy just to see, that all really just poof away. So, we're talking about our free game piece, man, mentorship. Michael Jordan, Michael Air Jordan, man. You need to get some veterans over there, man. You need to go over there and get these young guys, you need to get their man right, man.
Yeah, and on top of that, I will also say that a lot of athletes, and not just the professional players, even athletes pursuing, those type of dreams, need to go to some sports therapy. There's a lot of stuff that comes with, being a professional athlete or pursuing to be a collegiate or a high school athlete, whatever. A lot of things that comes with it, and there's a lot of pressure, right? And you want to be prepared to just be able to handle yourself so that you could perform and be able to do what you need to do on the court, right? And you hit it dead on the mark. Like, definitely MJ needs to, if not veterans, just like some positive NBA players. It doesn't have to be somebody who went through the same thing. Just need to have somebody who's passionate about like reaching back for somebody
and kind of someone who's like well respected, because he brought in Isaiah Thomas, and he was kind of, one game it kind of went viral a little bit. Him telling Melo, yeah, this is the best I've seen you play, and you need to always do this, do that. But a real respected, veteran, or even like an assistant coach or something like that can help these young guys, because this is a talented group. PJ Washington can hoop, Miles Bridges can hoop, LaMelo can hoop, Montrez, who's supposed to be a veteran, can hoop.
But to be perfectly honest, I don't even know. No disrespect to MJ, I don't even know if he's the guy to really kind of see that. He's gonna have to take somebody else because he doesn't have the best track record outside of the court, which is why he's not in leadership or anything with the Bulls. Unfortunately, his off-court things kind of, so. But I'm sure that people, the microscope is definitely on Charlotte. Like, what's going on with these brothers, and why y'all letting them fumble the bag?
Because even before he even had domestic violence abuse, Miles Bridges, the man had lean in a pre-roll in his joint on IG talking about this lemonade. I'm like, come on, bro.
Living what he rap.
Like, what you on, man? But
to be honest, I don't even know if Detroit would be a good fit for him, because he would be right back.
Yeah, he gonna be at his
crib.
He
was at. And I'm from Grand Crossing Park, and we've had a lot of people who have went off to D1 colleges or go to the league or be around that type of stuff like that. And unfortunately, a lot of them kind of fumbled the bag. And it's just you want to make sure that like you're not fumbling the bag, because your position and where you are, you're able to do so much more. But like I said, it's a lot of pressure that comes with that, right? Because you get that money, everybody begging, everybody want to call you, everybody want you to come do this for the community and all that type of stuff like that. So I understand it, but that has to be groomed kind of like early on, which is why I personally like want to do some stuff in the city of Chicago that kind of hones in on athletes and kind of like preparing them to just excel at whatever they want to do, but also like allowing them to realize that, hey, if you don't make it to the league, like you could be a trainer, you could be a coach, You could be a photographer.
Like not playing, it's not the
It's
end
not
all
the
be
end.
all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's more to sports than just actually playing. And once you get in there, you're good. Like I've even personally seen players like fumble scholarships just for not being aware of what they had in front of them. So
I mean, we can talk about. Well, we ain't gonna talk about it right now, but we can say how many hoopers we know that's supposed to be playing at least D2 or D3 colleges right now.
And this is not even a dig. Like I won't even talk about players that I've coached in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just talk about people from like my part.
That you know for your part.
At least, I mean, almost every person who on the block doing whatever they do, street dudes, whatever, best hoopers ever. Best sports, baseball, football. It's just unfortunate that, you know, that they were more intrigued by that, or they felt like this would that then than now. You know what I'm saying? I need this right now.
Right.
And so that's the mentality. I mean, even for myself, like I know I want to play basketball no more. I'm like, I'm gonna go work, I'm gonna go hustle, go to school, and I mean it's easier said than done, but it's just like you don't see the big picture of like not necessarily even going to college, but just like having a plan and pursuing that, and not letting that little money stop you from getting some great money that can really be impactful for your family and your community. Because like everything you do impacts 5 generations of your family. So either you're gonna set your people up nice, or you're gonna take them back 10 steps, right? And so, you know, going to jail or dying is not helping your family. So people really gotta think about that.
Oh, for sure, that's word, man. You know, that's free game of the day, man. You know,
grab you a mentor for every aspect of your life that you wanna be successful in. If it's spiritual, if it's in finance, if you're dating someone or you're married, you know, you need someone to, you know, or a couple to kind of mentor you in your relationships. If it's fashion, call me. Like Keith, call me. You feel me? You need some help putting them fits together, I'm your man. And be looking forward to me facing off with your boy Keith.
Yeah.
Motivate.
Y'all don't know.
The rapper.
But we got a little
talking
vlog coming
greasy.
up, man. Him and Keys got a little bet going on. It's basically who can dress the best. So y'all gonna be
it's
the
childish, but he called me out.
You know, we competitive around in free game, man. We probably a bet on anything.
My man's told me I dress like a 50-year-old gym teacher. And I know I don't look 50. I ain't pretty, but my granny think I'm handsome.
But yeah, man. So just be on the lookout for that vlog, man. It's some funny stuff, and that's gonna be probably one of the first ones we drop. And like I said, y'all gonna be the voters, man. We gonna put pictures on IG, on our social media. Y'all gonna vote. And we gonna see who the best dress out of Don and Keith, man. So, but let's get right to it, man. Free agency, man. First few days have went by, June 30th and July 1st yesterday. A lot has happened, man.
That exotic.
Exotic.
Pass me that Joe Exotic.
I got you. Yeah, so let's just go through a few of the things that's just been happening in free agency. That's really just, kind of shaking up the league a little bit. We gonna say the best for last, and we know who we talking about. But speaking of Detroit, man, Detroit re-signs Marvin Bagley Jr. to the Pistons with a 37 3-year deal. Marvin Bagley, Don, if you don't know, he left Sacramento last year. He got traded. He wasn't very happy with Sacktown and how they was utilizing him. His pops was being very vocal about it, and all of us, really, some of them was like, Marvin Bagley might be a bust, but he kind of was able to turn it around a little bit. 3 years for $37 million, almost 15 or 10 a year, $10 million a year is crazy. But it looks like he's on the rise back, and they locking in with him. How you feel about that deal, Don?
Well, I mean, you gotta be, I guess, in that moment, thankful for a father like Marvin got. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's saying the right things without all those like antics.
Let him say it, and he ain't gotta say it. He ain't gotta be, doing too much.
I mean, and even like with LB, his antics work though. I'm thinking about LeVar Ball. Like, people say whatever they want to say about that man, but he did right. Now he went to the extreme. He went viral. Took that viral approach, but he made it pop.
Got his boys in
just
them.
like in that case, I feel like that's a good deal for MB.
And speaking of, LeVar Ball, Jello just got re-signed to the he just got signed to the Charlotte Hornets.
Considering what's happening with them, they gonna definitely need that man.
Yeah.
So
they was just, if y'all don't know either, Jello was hooping in the Drew
LB
League.
talking about he need to be the coach or the owner now. You gonna really come at Mike now?
Yeah. So it's all it's all coming in through dominoes rolling up for LeVar. He's really showing us that what he said he really meant it, and it came true. But I agree with you though, Marvin Bagley. His pops being able to just do the kind of like the dirty work for him. Like if you unhappy, have a family member say what most NBA players do sometimes now. If they not liking the situation, because we done seen it with Zion, we done seen it with even with like Westbrook's family, with them not liking how some of the fans was treating them and things like that. It's good to have like a support system like your family to be able to just like say the stuff what you not gonna say because you gotta be professional. And so now he had a good little stint, a later half of the Pistons last season. He averaged like 14, 6 and 6 rebounds, 7 rebounds. So it's pretty good for him. So we'll see how it go. Detroit is on the rise, man. They just got Jaden Ivey too. That backcourt with him and with Cade, and then they got Duran, and then
They're definitely gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
They're gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
A little more time because they're still a young team, but they got the right pieces to be like running and gunning. So,
yes, sir. So, Patty Mills staying in Brooklyn, $6.2 million.
And I hope they can stay to that essence of playing their real Pistons Midwest bad boy type basketball.
I don't know about no bad boys though.
And they're gonna need they're gonna be comparing them to that.
I mean, it's
but then you know what?
Be a fun
you know
team
what
to watch.
though? Because even with like Rip and Ben and them, like that was a team of straight scrappers.
Yeah.
Like
Ben Wallace with Rip Hamilton.
That's one thing that I feel like
Johnson
Midwest
Brothers.
hooping is about, like some decent defense and like
team basketball.
Yeah. Make it happen. When we saw the Bulls, Pistons, and the Bucks, like niggas really scared of Giannis. Like
Giannis a different beast though.
Man, that dude be like, they said what? You must don't see my Black Air Force One. Shout out to my man staying true to them black ones. I know in Chicago we got this misconception about like robberies or like straight crime with ones, but with
just
Giannis,
globally now,
it's
really.
a different story though with Giannis. So like him and his brother used to share those shoes like in practice, and people used to make fun of them. They ain't laughing now.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that's why he continued to wear those high top black Rasheed Wallace joints to let him know like, you still knifing?
Giannis different though, man. He like really like the Goku of the NBA. He'll be funny. He'll joke with you. The man after each game will do like a dad joke or whatever.
Corny one, right?
And then like when it's time to go, it's like this man probably the best in the league. Like ain't nobody really messing with him, So shout out Giannis, like Don said, but going back, Patty Mills signing with Brooklyn for $6.2 million. He opted out of his option and then re-signed for a 2-year, $14 million. My bad. So he getting about $7 mil a year. So that's good for him. JaVale McGee, we could talk about this a little bit. Signing with the Mavs, 3-year deal for $20 mil. And what the Mavs has come up with, they gonna have JaVale starting, and
I'm so happy, man.
Christian Wood starting at the 4.
Let's go Chicago. Hometown hero and JaVale McGee. But definitely shout out to my Dubs. Like, we really reinvented his career, bro. No more Shaq and the Fool. We're gonna put some respect on his name. Go straight to the Lakers. Grab another one of them things. And he's back on top where he's supposed to be. But
go, man.
He's been putting in some hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
And y'all see this hat? Lids New Era Hat Club. It's the only way you can get it from. It's not one of them stitchy joints I put together. Oh, this joint official tissue.
My boy trying to get signed. Liz, where you at, man?
I'm coming for it all.
Send us some hats.
I want Tropicana, General Mills. You hear me? I've been watching too much Earn Your Leisure and $1 Million Worth of Game. I'm coming for it all, baby. And I got the right young niggas behind me. We gonna go get it.
For sure, man.
So that's FG.
But what you think about, the JaVale McGee on the Mavs, man?
I think that's a smart, that's who's ever in that front office, they doing their homework. When you can be able to secretly compile a dream team. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's a dream team, but a team that we need that piece.
Right.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So you put JaVale McGee with Luka, and then they just added
Christian Wood.
There was somebody else.
They're trying to get Dragic.
Okay, maybe it slipped.
They're trying to get Dragic.
Who do they draft? Who do they get out the draft? Was it somebody?
Nothing too serious, but
maybe it's something that I saw on fake news or something.
Yeah, but I'm just really interested to see how him and.
But not to cut you off, in JaVale, you actually have a big that is gonna be running. Mm-hmm. Giving some offense and
lob threat.
Mm-hmm. And
he plays some defense.
Rim protector. So, and he got nasty assists too. So,
not nasty.
You'll see. Because he's gonna be clogging up that middle, so he's gonna be dishing it back out. I ain't talking about like Trey or none of that, but I'm just saying
you mean he'll get the offensive rebound.
I think he's gonna open up more just because he's not one of those kind of stiff bigs. He got some decent little footwork down there too. So
he's a good pickup. No, don't get me wrong. I think he's gonna be.
You said take something off, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. Like you said, he's gonna do his thing on defense. He's gonna be a lob threat, and I think that's all they're gonna need from him. It's really gonna depend on Christian Wood, in my opinion. Can he space the flow? Can he do other things on offense to get these guys rolling?
Huh? Let me pass him the milk.
But yeah. Almond milk too, man. We don't use that almond milk. I can't drink regular milk because
lasts longer.
I'll be farting for the whole day, man. But yeah, I think it really depends on Christian Wood and see how he does. But we'll see how it goes, man. I agree with you though. It's a great pickup. But speaking of the Mavs, also Brunson.
Milk first.
This man crazy, man.
Y'all should try it.
He ain't capping, man. He really doing it. But speaking of, the Mavs, Brunson, who was with the Mavs, is now left to go to the Knicks and sign a 5-year deal worth $106 million.
That's kind of spicy.
That's crazy. I mean, he had a 40-point game this past playoffs. He did his thing, but and it was so much going on that Mavs, was supposed to offer them like a 110, 100, or match the the deal that the Knicks gave him, and then some people saying like the Mavs wasn't planning on giving him that deal or whatever, and then he was supposed to go to Miami and negotiate with Miami. But Miami is like, we didn't have that in mind to talk to him at all. But with all said and done, he is now a New York Knick. His father is, the assistant coach of the Knicks.
That's a way to look out for your boy.
Yeah.
Keep the money in the name.
With 100 M. So, what you think about this, Don, man? It's crazy.
I mean, I can see them picking up. I mean, I don't know about for that amount though.
Yeah, look, man.
I mean, he had 140 point game and he averaged like 16 or something. 14. He's a cool temper, mild-mannered player. No oohs and ahs, straight hooping. Like that about him, but
I mean, get some oohs and ahs.
I don't think he needs to get them oohs with them 100 that cash out. Like, he ain't putting on no clinic. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I think the Knicks was too invested.
And where did he go? Did he go to Villanova or something?
Yeah, he went to Villanova.
Okay.
So he's a bucket getter. This man could get buckets. It's just 100 M's. Jeez, I don't know what's going on.
But it may pay off though, because like
crazy. At least
imagine think about from an organizational standpoint, right? When you really doing your homework on your players and you checking the background, and you know what I'm saying? a lot of these organizations are like gambling because unfortunately you got players like MB just throwing it away. I mean, a certain amount of that money.
What is over there?
A certain amount of the money is it's not like guaranteed or whatever the case may be, but it's like 100 M's.
100 M's. You ain't make an All-Star game or nothing like that, but
It's gonna be a lot of pressure.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of pressure, especially in a garden. Bro, I don't know what is over here. I don't know if it's dust or something. Something got me sneezing, but we go move on, man. Yeah, Jalen Brunson, he's a bucket getter. I hope he, be able to do something.
That's probably what he did.
The dust, we'll see. Maybe think I'm good now, but
well, at least your nose is doing its job.
But yeah, man, shout out Jalen Brunson, man. That's what's up. Knicks, I don't know, man. You guys,
they already dropped the bag with the draft, so they just did that. Like
they just dropped. I mean, look, man.
Maybe they know something we don't know, bro.
It's like they just got a bad history. It's like you got Julius Randle. He had one good year there. Now it's like he's finna stink up the place. And, who knows what he gonna do next year? There's reports of them talking about they don't want to get R.J. Barrett the max. I don't even know why.
Stupid. They on that Chicago Bulls
it's
stuff.
like, he hoping. It's like, but
he probably don't want to be there no more.
Who?
Like he
RJ?
said, him doing stupid stuff like this. Probably like, let's get up out of here, man.
That's all on the Knicks.
What Nash at?
Nash on Brooklyn. He's a Brooklyn coach.
He might want to go play with his goddad.
Oh yeah, I forgot that is his guy.
Canadian pride. Yeah. We are the North.
We'll
go
see.
right across the bridge.
But hopefully, Knicks need to change some front office stuff. But let's talk about hometown stuff real quick. Of course, Chicago Bulls just re-signed Derrick Jones, but also a big pickup in my opinion. They got Andre Drummond, man.
Yeah,
from Brooklyn. He's gonna.
I would have liked Gobert though.
Yeah, Gobert. I mean, I feel like this pick though is you get a little bit of defense and some offense. Gobert, you just getting straight defense. So I feel like they needed a little bit, more of a post guy, lob threat from Andre Drummond. He'll be a rim protector a little bit. He gonna grab hella boards. He's a big guy in the paint. So, but I don't know. I think it's a good pickup though, in my opinion. I think the Bulls did good with this one.
Yeah.
Like you said, it wouldn't hurt they got Gobert, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. So, but we'll see how that go. And then also, Zach LaVine signed his max for how much he for $215 million for 5 years. So shout out Zach, man. It was talks around, the league and rumors that they might not give Zach the max, but they gave Zach the max, man. Shout out Zach.
I mean, he definitely put in the work to earn that. Like, anybody would love to have him. I just didn't like how he felt like he folded a little bit.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, he didn't really show up. So, but evidently, they feel confident in going forward with him. But I was looking forward to pairing DeRozan with somebody else.
I feel like if they lost Zach, they wasn't gonna get nobody else, which is the right move for them to do, because it's like, if you was gonna get rid of Zach, get him at least in a trade or something, Because if Zach gone, then DeRozan gonna be looking like, dang man, who y'all tripping? Who I'm running with now? Y'all bad.
And that's one thing. It's glad that you did say that. I do like how they kind of mesh together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong. Zach LaVine been holding stuff down, but he's not really like that leader.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that
DeRozan is
able to come
definitely
in and just like, especially with everything that like happened with him and Kyle,
mm-hmm.
and then going to San Antonio. I'm pretty sure that whole org in San Antonio kind of helps DeRozan kind of get through what happened in Toronto, and it's like dude back to playing, the DeRozan ball that we used to, and the midi king, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they know when it's clutch, they know
who to give it to.
Who to give it to. He asking for that joint, so.
I think that was part of the the argument too, is like what Zach wanted to be that, basically that Robin now, because like DeRozan came in, like you said, he that man. He is the man. It's like there's no doubt that DeRozan is gonna take the clutch shots, and he's like the leader of the Bulls now. It's like you see it clear as day, and it was like with Zach, is Zach gonna be able to have the humbleness to be able to be like, I can learn from DeRozan. I can still learn from him. I can still, get my buckets and stuff like that. Am I willing to, or am I just gonna go to another team where I'm gonna be the number one guy? I think the team and Zach made the best decision. So that's great for them, man. Kind of some sad news for you, man. Gary Payton the second, man.
And Otto Porter.
And they both left. Gary Payton went to the Blazers for $8 million.
It's gonna hurt us.
Otto Porter, where did Otto Porter go?
He went with him too, I think.
No, Otto Porter went to Toronto. Yeah, he went to Toronto.
They just sending a little Wilt Jr. everywhere, man.
So hopefully, but it's good to see Gary. I thought they would have made the move to, have him. He not $8 million. He got a 3-year deal, Gary Payton, for $28 million. My bad. But I would have thought that the Warriors would have just said, "No, man, we need Payton. He was a very pivotal piece in this playoff run."
I like to see how it play out, because usually GSW's front office does a good job with executing those type of decisions. So.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, like I said, they professional. We just on the outside looking in. We don't know, what the doctors are saying, what they saw in practice, or we saw what we saw on the court.
I think it was more on Gary Payton. I think it was him, just saying like he probably wanted to just, cause he probably wasn't gonna get that as much as 28 mil from the Warriors. Maybe he's probably gonna get because they gotta pay a lot of guys this season.
Do the Bulls still got? No, never mind.
But yeah, I think shout out Gary Payton. Though I like his game, man. He's a good piece. Hope he does well. And Otto Porter seems like he's trying to get back. He went to another team that has a good coach, Nick Nurse. So that's gonna be a good thing for him. Zion, 5 year, $231 million. After only playing one season, basically one and a half seasons in the NBA, got his max deal. What you think about this, man? Is Zion worth this money?
I mean, a healthy Zion definitely is.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I see a lot of people just taking gambles right now, but
It's definitely a
I
gamble.
think
It's definitely a gamble.
I think this forces him to kind of like mature, grow up,
Mm-hmm.
and be a professional athlete. Like when you got somebody willing to invest all this into you, and don't get me wrong, they're getting money too, but like, cause there's more that comes with that. Then like you gotta earn that, man.
Yeah.
So it's go time whenever you get back on the court. Like you gonna have to earn that bread.
And to Zion's offense, he wanted to play.
He definitely did.
He was sending out, videos of him doing between the legs and things like that. Like, he definitely wanted to play. I guess it was
It's
just
probably a smart decision though. That they just go ahead and let him just come on out.
yeah,
Fresh season.
Get
Summer league start today, right?
No, next week.
Next week?
Yeah, start next week.
Maybe they got like some little runs or something going on or something.
I don't think Zion gonna play though.
No, he shouldn't. No.
But it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm a Zion believer. People forget that his second year he averaged 27. And they seen a lot of this jaw hype and they like, man, forget Zion. And I'm like, no, man. Zion's still that nigga, man. Just let him get in the hyperbolic, let him chill out.
All right. So is it true that Golden State lost GP the second, Juan Toscano Anderson, and Otto Porter Jr.?
Yeah.
And we're getting Dante
The Vincenzo?
yeah.
Yeah. Remember we just said
No, but we ain't mentioned the Juan.
Yeah, Juan Toscano Anderson. He's going to the Lakers. He's going to the Lakers, and then like you said, they got he was on the Kings and played for the Bucks as well. Dante DiVincenzo, he going to the Warriors. That's a good pickup. I can see him flourishing in that system. So,
like I said, I feel like they do well with setting their players up to kind of fill those gaps of players that they may have lost.
mm-hmm.
I still wish they would have kept JaVale,
Mm-hmm.
way back when, but
Y'all got Kayvon Looney too.
Kayvon Looney resigned
for 2 years, I think. 2 years, 3 years, 28 mil. So that's good for y'all too. So, but shout out, that's what's up. Rubio returning to Cleveland off his ACL. He tore his ACL his left ACL this season, but he's returning back to Cleveland. Mitchell Robinson has a 4-year deal with the Knicks worth $60 million. Mitchell Robinson is a good pickup. I mean, he's been a good center for the Knicks so far, but I think 60 mil is okay. It's not too much. He averaged 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks, so it's pretty good. Bo staying in Orlando. Bruce Brown headed to Denver from the Nets for 2 year, $13 million. Think he's gonna do well in that system. Nurkic staying in Portland, $70 million deal with the Blazers, 4 years. John Wall.
oh yeah,
John Wall was able to come to an agreement with the Rockets with a buyout, and is now with the Clippers for a 2-year, $13 million deal. With the Clips, man, how you feel about this new little Clippers, man?
I think if we got to see what we're gonna get out of JW, but we already know he got two killers right there. Well, so we just gotta see how they kind of mesh together and people know their roles. But if we still get that, even old glimpses of up and down JW,
it's gonna be tough.
The West is gonna be locked and loaded, man. Like, so
gonna be
I don't know
tough.
what the big brothers is gonna do across the way. The Lake Show, but it's bad enough you got to go against the rest of the world, but when you got somebody in your backyard that could beat you up, like that's tough. Like,
the Clippers, man, they don't get a lot of shine. They almost made the playoffs last year with not having majority of PG and no Kawhi at all. So they got a deep team.
My man was on the New Balance tour, right? Putting together albums and stuff.
Yeah, Kawhi, man. So so it's gonna be interesting to see. You have PG for a full season, hopefully. Kawhi for a full season, hopefully, and then John Wall for a full season, hopefully, with this deep team. I was talking with T-Dub, one of our friends and family at Free Game. He said it's probably the deepest team in the league, and it probably is. John Wall being on this team and having Kawhi back, and a healthy PG who just got married, this could be very scary, man. This could be very scary. So if you a Clippers fan, you might be jumping with joy. Like Don said, Lakers, man, watch out. I don't think it's always gonna be a Lakers town in Tinseltown in LA, but Clippers got a good chance to run for a championship this year with this team.
Yeah, I mean, right now we got a Reggie Jackson, Nicholas Batum, Terrence Mann, Norman Powell, Zubac. It's just Batum. They got a deep bench with some killers that's kicking it off. So like
Brandon Boston, who I like.
Brandon Boston. I watch. Shout out to
Sierra Kane.
Not Sierra Kane, but what's Paul. Rich Paul. Rich Paul. In this little documentary.
Yeah.
It's good to see BBJ kind of do his thing and excel and kind of honor his friend that he lost. While being at the Rich Paul Academy, Clutch Sports Academy, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was. It was good seeing him flourish on the court. Give him about another year, so they're gonna have to either pay that man or move him around.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he definitely gonna be. I feel like he'll be
young,
a good player in the league.
He's only getting better, so
yeah. So shout out Clippers, man. If you're a Clippers fan, you should be jumping with joy. You trying to run it back. I think y'all kind of learned from y'all mistakes of losing in the second round and things like that. I think they got the right coach now to cap it all off. So
Reggie Jackson, man, he put them goggles on, man. That man turned into a killer, man. Yeah. Reggie Jackson with the John Sally glasses.
Yeah,
that's a monster, Joe. I ain't even gonna flex.
But no,
that man had a cape on out there.
But no, shout out to Clippers, man. Hawks, man, they made some crazy moves this past 2 days. They traded Herter to the Kings for Harkless, and Holiday, and then they got a future pick, and then they also acquired All-Star guard DeJounte Murray from San Antonio. Don, what you think about this, man?
Man, I'm a love to see what's to come. Like right here, you see Atlanta's already lit, but being lit and just like winning, and not just like killing the East Coast and all that. Like really seeing Trey you have weapons now,
Yeah.
right? You got bigs, you got a nice mixture of young and some veteran type stuff going on. So you should really be able to excel and flourish this year. Shout out to their front office, man. They made some right moves, man. So to set their players up pretty good because I mean, my man been killing shit by himself, but it's better. I won't say necessarily killing, but he's been hurting a lot of people's dreams. Like,
Yeah.
and to be able to step inside, you know, Madison Square and perform with those fans, like you got ice in your veins if you can go in there and shut a crowd up.
I think the biggest thing with Trey is because I feel like the Hawks has always did a good job as an organization to build around Trey. The biggest thing is not letting Trey have the ball too much. You know, sometimes he can have the ball too much, and it can be like, man, this man, you know, he's
so like with
very ball
with the
dominant.
Murray,
That's the thing. That's what I was about to get into.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like now with Murray coming on the team, they thinking that he can play off ball and be on his Steph Curry, you know, a little bit, and, you know, run off screens and things like that. But, you know, in my opinion, Trey got to buy into that. Because it's like, we know DeJounte Murray, triple-double machine. He can run up the floor, you know, pass the rock, you know, rebound very well, and a great defensive guard. But it's like, he's not gonna flourish if Trey is just dribble, and DeJounte is over there just sitting in the corner trying to shoot a three or something.
Yeah.
He's not.
I don't think DeJounte is gonna go for that. Right? Now, what is gonna have to happen is they're gonna
share
agree
the rock. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, he's watching the tape, and it's just like, oh, I see what I need to do different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not saying he's in KD. Not putting him on KD's level, but Steve Kerr had to remind KD that, like, you got 3 All-Stars on your team.
Yeah.
Like, pass the ball, donut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we'll see how it go. I think for the great thing is both of them wanted this deal. So it's like Trey wanted this deal. He wanted DeJounte Murray. So it's gonna be interesting. It seemed like he bought in. If we see Trey that can play off ball and a DeJounte Murray who can play that point guard, and really Trey can be that point guard, shooting guard when DeJounte is here, was out there, it's going to be scary in Atlanta. That's going to be crazy. So we might see a great backcourt. You know, it's something with the NBA now. It's like they got these double point guards now. You see it with the Pistons. Now you see it with ATL. And the next we're going to talk about now is the Celtics getting Malcolm Brogdon, who Chuck called out.
Okay, yeah.
Chuck called it out, so shout out Chuck from Free Game host. Malcolm Brogdon coming for the Celtics. And they saying that he's going to be the sixth man. But that's a very deep team. You know, you got Marcus Smart, JB, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, and Robert Williams, and now you got Malcolm Brogdon, and I think Peyton.
I think what's gonna happen though is that,
and they got
Gallinari they
Gallinari
gonna need
too.
some more, like like a real guard, like a true guard, which Smart is not. I see MB kind of hopping in there, doing like the James Harden mix.
Yeah.
And they pushing Grant like to the back, or Grant and Smart kind of like sharing a bunch of time, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. So that's why they got him off, coming off 6 men. So that seems like that's the.
But the 6 man is very important to have. Man, if people could get have a Lou Will, or my man's Jamal Crawford on their team, like if it was a bunch of 6 men like them, like that get active and get busy, like.
But we know though too, he probably gonna be playing a good amount of clutch time, a lot of clutch time. So it's like.
My apology, y'all. I'm just eating like this, man. In y'all face. My granny taught me to share, but unfortunately I can't share with y'all, so I just eat it for you. It's turkey bacon. It's another free game.
I'm good on the turkey, man.
Free game. All right, this is free game. You want the turkey bacon? Get the Oscar Miah brand. Right? Don't do that butterball crap. It's horrible. Tastes like lunch meat. Or it's a pack. I can't remember the name. It got a pig on it, but it's like these deep, thick cuts of turkey bacon. If you throw them joints in the oven, you won't even. Mwah. Get that crunch? It's good turkey bacon now.
Turkey bacon, man. He whipped it up himself, man. So go crazy for the turkey bacon. But we'll see, man. Celtics.
Not only will I kill you on the fashion, I might murder you in the kitchen. But that's another story.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. Him and Keith got like this rivalry, man. We gonna see.
I know where it came from too. I ain't gonna put it out there. But I should have never made them memes about people that he loved.
But hey, man. So we gonna keep it going. I think. Oh yeah, we talk about this last thing, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty of it all, man. I mean, well, let's start with it first. The Jazz. Got rid of Rudy Gobert for basically Pat Bev and 4 first-round picks. And Rudy Gobert will be going to the Timberwolves. So they'll be having Rudy Gobert, Cat, Josh McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, and D. Loden now at the starting 5, potential starting 5 for Minnesota. Don, what you think about this pick? My first reaction, I'm like, dang, Pat Bev. We seen the passion in him finally making it to the playoffs. They DNA.
I'm not hearing about people saying, "Oh, Pat Bev." No, give that man his credit. Not just because he's from Chicago, but give that man his credit because they don't get what they did in the playoffs without that man.
Yeah.
Like even him taking those vocal stances, messing with people, like getting in their heads and all that. Like he was, getting the crowd involved and messing with people, and he did this 1-2. And so it's just good to see him be able to, for one, still be in the league, doing what he does. A lot of people are like, I don't want to be that type of guy that's just like a defense. No, we need those type of guys.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to the West Side.
Getting his money for it too.
PB, he's not in the league for nothing. Put some respect on that man's name. Just like Tony Allen. He wasn't in the league for nothing. He was locking stuff up and a knockdown on trade. I think sometimes they forget that the man is a professional basketball player. And you don't got to leave him open and hit a shot. He'll hit a shot. So, but, man, the Wolves, y'all better watch out, man. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, man. I think, it's going to be interesting to see that combination with Cat and Rudy, and Cat playing the 4. In my opinion, I think he might play very, very well as a 4. He might play even better as he did as a center, as a 4, because he want to shoot a lot of threes. He's a shooting big, so he can get down in the post sometimes, but he really wants to just shoot the rock. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Rudy Gobert, being that defensive anchor, it's gonna be a strong defensive team. They're gonna be strong, and I think the biggest thing Pete was talking about, like, can they guard the 3-point line? We'll see. I think they long enough. Still think they got Anthony Edwards, Josh McDaniels, and they'll have to come down if Cat can be that mobile to guard the 3-point line. So we'll see.
Oh, wait a minute. Who else did they trade? Do they still got Beasley and Vanderbilt?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they still got those. I got them, I believe.
And Anthony Edwards. Whew. Make sure y'all check out Hustle, man. He did a wonderful job.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah.
He did
That's definitely one of those moves you can watch like 3 or 4 times on the basketball side.
Yeah. Shout out Adam Sandler, man. He did his thing on that. But let's get down to it, man.
Greg Monroe still in the league?
June 30th. June 30th, you know, this past, what was that, Monday, Tuesday? I think it was Monday. No, that was Wednesday. June 30th was Wednesday, I think. But basically, after Kyrie had, you know, opted in his option for, what was it, 36, 37 million, KD then came out a day later and said, I want to be traded. You know, it kind of blindsided all of us, you know. Basically, you know, there's so much stuff that's coming out. We don't know if he's tired of Kyrie or he knows that the Nets is not going to keep Kyrie for the whole season. And he's basically saying he's going to, you know, leave before all that happens. Or it's as simple as KD is just not happy at Brooklyn. And he has a 4-year deal that just started, you know, that's starting this year. And the biggest thing is, y'all, is where is KD gonna go? His
So
list.
let me ask you this: do you feel? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, his list. Hold on. His list is Miami and the Phoenix Suns. What you was gonna say?
Both number ones.
See, that's what you see.
Do you feel like Kevin Durant's trade request really gives, you know, the whole Kyrie Irving Lakers deal like new life? Does he open that back up?
Well, for Kyrie to go to the Lakers, I think it's gonna happen. And I think the biggest thing is.
You think KD going there too? Possibly.
Well, one, I don't want to see that. Me is, you know,
if he do that, man, he is a straight Mitch.
But he can't do that. I mean, it's not his choice for him to be traded there. I'll be on the team. It's not like he didn't put the Lakers on his list. But team can trade you anywhere.
LBJ over there though.
The team can trade you anywhere.
My boy, make that happen.
No, man, I don't want to see it happen. I think Kyrie.
So let me ask you this then, and I'm gonna back up off your man. If these three get together and they still don't come home with that hardware, are their legacies tarnished?
I think Kevin Durant's legacy would be the most tarnished. I think it would just be like he can't win without a super team. And if he can't win with the ultimate, that would be an ultimate super duper team. If I'm being real, if he can't win with Bron and Kyrie, and KD is gonna probably look like the weakest superstar ever.
But I think that's the same scenario. Excuse me, if he goes to Miami or the Suns.
Nah,
I feel like
that's completely
he's
different.
in certain hit. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not that caliber, but I mean, all around the board, you have those pieces to say that y'all should be more than just a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I think it's definitely if you go to the Heat, if they keep Bam and Jimmy, which we're gonna get into, they gotta keep Bam. They gotta keep getting Bam because of the contract wise, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. But if they, you know, he goes to a team with Bam and Jimmy, that's a championship contender. If he goes to a team with the Suns, who's keeping D-Book and Chris Paul, that's a championship team. So I feel, you know, you can say the same thing with the Nets, but it's like, I think, you know, those past 2 years, the most consistent out of all of it has been KD, and I think, you know, he's really just his loyalty got him in trouble. Because he hasn't said anything about Kyrie, you know, about him not playing, you know, this whole COVID season, or him, you know, not really speaking up about, like, him talking to Kyrie about free agency and things like that. Now that he want to leave, it's looking like, dang, this man, he a straight B, or he ain't really doing shit. He the weakest superstar. It's like, bro, he was just loyal. He was just putting his heart. We just seen 2 years ago against the Bucks. He damn near beat the Bucks by himself. He was just a toe on the line. But, you know, I feel like with KD, people love to hate on him, man. And it's like they still got that.
I mean, you have to be able to sell a headline. And
I think it's still
unfortunately,
a distaste from Golden State.
I mean, definitely, but it's just like, to be honest, like he was still kind of a young player, but he should have been a little bit more vocal with Westbrook. Like in that whole situation, like you know what I'm saying. But he took the high road approach and
I don't know, man.
like I'll leave. You think Oklahoma would have rather had KD stay than Westbrook stay?
Yeah, but I think KD is not that type of player to just be like.
I don't think he really knew like all the politics about basketball.
I don't think it's his place to be like, hey man, you gotta tone it down.
No, but you got to see.
That's
You
a
got to
coach's
see the
spot.
greater picture. No, because like you played on the team before. A coach is there, but y'all like actually on the floor.
But the coach is supposed to put you in situations and say, hey Westbrook, you got KD with you. Tone that down. Scott Brooks never did that. If KD does that to Russell, which I'm pretty sure I think Russell even talked about it. I think he said like he talked to KD and was like, yeah, do you need me to tone down my game or anything? Which he probably should have said something if he didn't in those conversations. But it was also like, if he say that and be like, hey, flat out, Russ, you need to chill out. It's like, damn, nigga, I can't play the way I want to play.
Hell no, it ain't working.
But it's like,
Mike would have did it.
You see it now. It's like LeBron.
LBJ would do it. He give somebody the look.
LeBron not even going up to Westbrook now and say, hey, nigga, chill out. He not telling him that. He not. We seen it last season.
We seen him do it with other players, though.
Well, other players.
Well, he just give him a look, what?
But it's like, when you on that superstar, we supposed to be on the same level. It's like, you great.
And maybe he not doing it on cameras, bro. Maybe he doing it in other places.
Who, LeBron?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he
I think LeBron is different. I think it's like, he's just saying, like, you'll figure it out. Just, just like we see.
And like I said, like even for Westbrook, and I'll mention it again, like, sports therapy is just as important as any other therapy. Like, when you out there, man, and you stuck, like, mentally in living off, like, what you used to be and you can't perform, when you see these headlines, like, all jokes aside, like, we got the rate of suicide in the population with people of color has drastically went up.
Yeah.
At least, like, 30-40%. And so, like, I'm not going to be one to, like, pick on people. Like, especially like during these times and stuff like that. And yeah, people could easily lose it, bro. And we'll never know. So like, I'm a big advocate for therapy, and definitely for our athletes who are out there, is always in the limelight, always never really getting a chance to be regular people. Once you famous, it's like all this is expected of you.
Like, deal with it.
Yeah, it's like, this is what we pay you for. Yeah, this is true, but like, I'm still a human, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still got my own personal problems. Like their kids have to watch them and read these headlines and stuff like that. Like, damn, they say you weak as hell. Like, can you imagine that? You trash. I ain't playing with you. I'm playing with Steph Curry now.
Man, I agree. That's
and
true.
Kids say the darndest things. Yeah. And not saying that because it used to be a TV show. Like, I even had my kids, like, hurt my feelings. Like, and be like, hey, like, that hurt. Like,
yeah, that's real. I mean, I think it's a mixture that is like, you never know what's going on in a player's mind. But I also think it's like, we talking about mega stars as well with Westbrook, and we gonna get back to KD, and Kyrie's situation. What it's like when you put into, like, you've been the number one, really most of your, the number one or the number two most of your career in basketball wise, and now it's like, now I gotta tone it down, and Westbrook game is completely off energy. It's completely off hustle and putting in 100% effort. So if you tell him to tone it down, you're gonna see a Westbrook that's probably now it's gonna be as effective or as looking like we seen it. It's like, this man is not Russell Westbrook. That's
he gotta get back to Russ.
Yeah, that's
it's
not
been hard for him because he's with LeBron. So it's like, what do I do? Where is that's fine. He gonna have to read.
That's the coach's job.
He gonna have to read.
The coach gotta the coach got to get you in that position to be
Yeah,
like,
you're right. But also, team, like, you see him talking like he gonna get through it, he's supporting him, but he doing, man, when you airball a layup, G, he go to the middle of the crowd, G, like, come on, man. Like, nah, bro, you gotta be like.
he was just.
And just listen, though, like, niggas don't care, like, how raw you is, bro. You could just been and just put up 30, dunking everybody in the gym. If you do something crazy, even a weak person will be like, what the, you trash for that, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
But they'll forget that though. But it's like,
Yeah.
it happened consistently. It wasn't just like one missed
So
layup.
you think people like scared to talk to this man or something?
Yeah, Russ is a big personality.
I wonder what his squabble game like.
I would.
Because Tony Allen would have been socked him up.
I mean, I don't think it's like they scared. It's like
They just
they
don't
know
want to
he.
deal with it.
Nah, like I think they know he
All that
mean
kicking
well.
chairs and.
Cause what they say is Russ is not like a bad teammate. Like he a great teammate, but it's like
He gets selfish and just try to.
I think he wanted too bad. He be wanting it too bad. And
That's a
it's
good
like,
thing, but like, let it find you and come to you.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about my boy, man. You know. Wardell.
But we go, let's get.
Yeah, that man gonna let the game come to him, man. Don't try to cut my boy off either, man. I'm trying to give my boy props.
We didn't talk about stuff enough. We gonna talk about it even more. But
The goaties. Goat them up.
But
Speed it up.
with KD, he wanted to go to the Heat or Miami, and then it's a rule with the Nets, because the Nets recently came out and it was like, we're not trading you to Phoenix unless we get D-Book in return. Or there's even been some trade packages when they talking about Miami, they not gonna trade KD there unless Bam is in the package. But
Bam contract can't get.
yeah, but it's basically a rule in the league with about the rookie extension rule or whatever, and basically if Durant was to get traded to a team like the Heat or the Suns, players like Devin Booker or Bam can't be traded to the team with Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons and Bam and Booker are on a rookie extension deal. So yeah, they got their 5 years, they got their they max
So it works
contract.
out for them to be in a pretty good situation.
Yeah.
Somebody did their homework.
Yeah, but it's like they can't, that it's still like off a rookie extension.
Mm-hmm.
So I was basically until like after that deal is over, then they can be traded to that team. So, a plethora of players. It's a list right here: Andrew Wiggins, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo, De'Aaron Fox, Trae Young, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, Michael Porter Jr. and Jason Tatum are players who can't be traded for Durant. So it'll probably have to be maybe
They still on their rookie extension.
yeah, they on their rookie extension. So they could probably, I'm not sure, maybe they can get like a third team
You
trade
said
in there.
Wiggins?
Huh?
Wiggins, you said?
Yeah, he's still on his rookie extension.
Nip that joint, huh?
Yeah, so they
Doug better keep that guy.
They got to. But, these are players that can't be traded for for Durant, because they're going to be on the same. Maybe they get a third team in there or something like that to help with that. But as we seeing the Nets talking about we ain't, trading. We see it with teams all the
Let
time.
me ask you this, and I'm just being a little silly, but I just want to, what you feel about
I know you can say something.
Nurse Ball? Katie with the Pistons.
No, man. I seen Dave put that up on Instagram, man. I'm good on that.
What's your pros? What's your cons with that? Like rebuilding or?
They ain't winning no chip, man, no time soon.
No, okay.
They ain't winning no chip, no time.
So what other team besides Phoenix and Miami can you, besides the Bucks, that you can see?
I'll probably want to see him and Dame.
I really would want to see that, bro.
I seen Dame put
That's
that
tough.
picture up. That's tough.
You'll need Steph Curry though.
with Seth.
Seth.
Yeah,
not
Seth.
Steph. You don't need them all. I would like to see Seth over there too.
Yeah, I think they need they probably just need to get their team in more of a contending state, because it's gonna be probably a haul. Maybe if they just give them a plethora of picks, but they gonna need some more key role players.
They got me sleepy.
But I think if I seen them with Dame, that would be cool. There's even been talks about Toronto trying to make a move on them. They said the Timberwolves, called up and tried to see what was up.
Would you like that?
Nah, I'm good on that.
So you want to see him on the East or the West? What's two teams you want to see him on in the West? You already said Trailblazers, whatever. Besides the Suns.
Trailblazers and maybe
purple yellow.
No, man.
You know you want that.
Maybe the Mavs, man.
Ooh,
I mean, that would be cool.
That's nasty.
Him and Luka would be cutting that would be nasty, but
yeah, that's nasty. That's a cheat sheet.
I think that's the chip right
that's
there.
That's white man can't jump right there. On the head thing, that's white man can't jump all day.
So that would be crazy.
We gonna sizzle. Man, that'd be nasty.
You said East?
Yeah, East.
East, definitely the Heat. I think that's the
no, without the Heat.
Without the Heat?
Without the Bucks, we can't. Even though KD, Drew,
I don't want to see him on the Bucks.
KD, Drew, Middleton.
And Giannis, nah, I'm good.
That's a cheat sheet.
I'm good on that, man. I don't want to see that.
That's a cheat sheet, man. You talk about party in Milwaukee, man.
If the
I
Bulls,
thought they were just known for Dickie outfits.
maybe if the Bulls was able to make some shake.
I don't see what you're gonna say.
The Bulls and maybe
But that's cheating too, though.
Wow,
DeRozan, Zach, and KD.
That ain't like no top 15.
Yeah,
top 5, 10 players though.
You getting buckets, G.
Yeah, but it's not
lots of buckets.
It's not overwhelming buckets though.
If you get a healthy KD.
I don't think it's that much of cheating though. I think it'd be decent. They'll have to probably get rid of some Vooch or something.
He ain't doing nothing nowhere.
Yeah, they probably have to get rid of Vooch. So it's gonna be a little something that they lose, but
we ain't missing nothing too much with Vooch.
And some I can't think of a second team, but also they talking about Joel been talking to KD, trying to get him over. Basically a Nets 2.0 with no Kyrie.
You got two 6'9" or better players popping trays. Nah.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I mean,
they on some twin towers.
James Harden opted out his option for a reason. They trying to get another starter. Bradley Beal just signed an extension too. 5 years for $250 million, $256. Okay. He ain't trying to win. He said, "I'm just getting the bag, bro." But I think I say either Luka or maybe what was the other team I said?
You said Luka or
Luka, the Bulls, or what was the other team? Or with Dame.
Yeah, Portland.
I think those would be good fits for him. It's gonna be interesting, man. Kyrie.
No, who was the other team from the East? You never said. You just said.
I don't know. I don't really got no other one.
I just went with the Pistons and like some people who like had horrible records from last year. So.
He's trying to win a chip, man. I know KD. I know KD. He.
What do you feel like as a young team you can insert him win and that will win that he can win with?
Young
like
team?
How about with the Hawks?
Probably Memphis.
What about Hawks?
Hawks, no.
You got to get my boy Trey to kill him.
No, I don't think they gonna. Trey still got to develop as a point guard, man. I don't think he there yet.
Think KD help with that? Just having him there?
It start with the coach, man. It start with the coach. I don't think that he need a real respected coach. If he had Steve Kerr or something with him, you'll see a different Trey. Just like we seen a different Steph. Steph was all about herky jerky. Steph used to have a bag. Now he keep it simple. he'll pull out, you know.
He getting that bag.
Yeah, he'll just pull out his tricks, you know. Every now and then, but it's more like relocation, shooting from deep, or coming off screens. But then Kyrie is they talking about him just really just trying to force his way to Lake Show. So
yeah.
What you think? You think KD is gonna be traded?
Man, to be honest, man.
Before the summer end or
yeah, I think
during the season?
I think it's gonna be traded before. I don't know, man. I grew up in a different era. This all this crap is like WWE to me, bro.
Video game.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like that the players have voices and they have, they got more kind of like control over where they are and who they playing with. I don't like the simpleness of just being genuine and communicating with your teammates. Like, I don't like that unhealthy like disloyalty. Like, no real like brotherhood going on. It's strictly just business. And I mean, they in the business, but like you coming together with some players like and saying just like, hey, that's what they drafted me here for a reason. I'm gonna do my job, not on some team you get. Oh, I don't want to be here anyway. So
right.
Like, why the hell y'all send me here, like? So I don't know, man. That's why like it's hard to really like even really like kind of have some loyalty to a certain team because there's no loyalty to the players sticking with that team.
And I agree with you though.
Yeah, so like
even though KD my boy, it's like
Steph my man's, I'm gonna go wherever he go. You know what I'm saying? Home team, I'm gonna root for the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? They the home team, but it's like it's hard to really like be like, oh, it's the team. It's like even with all the political bureaucratic BS, like, nah, I just can't. I don't even want to go through that and be stressed out, throwing moats and all that type of stuff, losing money on FanDuel and all that type of stuff like that. So
yeah, I agree with you. I think as much as KD is my boy, it's like I think the league is gonna do something about this soon, man. I think it's kind of getting out of hand. It's kind of getting out of hand. We seen Harden force his way out. We seen Kyrie take a break twice. Well, once. Because he had, he said he had personal stuff going on. Then he couldn't play because of COVID.
Right. I think this just like last year and a half just been like 2 seasons of people just like getting over, like from all angles of life, from like PPP loans to like pandemic, not playing, and it's been so stressful and stuff like that. And you just kind of like factor all that in. It's just like people just want the bag and don't even want to play.
Yeah.
Now I get it, man, because they owe us more than that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the 40 acres and a mule. You want a whole city. You feel what I'm saying? They really had that approach in mind, that I'd be all for it. But they just like, I ain't hooping because I don't want to hoop.
I mean,
they gotta deal with that. And I ain't playing with them because them niggas wear ankle socks.
I think the league just gotta look at the roots, man. What is the biggest problem? And
they gonna change some of this stuff.
Yeah, maybe the
owners
players got
get
too much.
pissed off.
It might be
I know they kind of like changed a bunch of stuff with the owners then, but you gotta have some type of like real commitment to like you're doing like 6 months and getting up out of there. Like you might as well go to jail. Like I don't go to jail on nobody. That's sarcastic, but like niggas doing a 6-month bid and like deuces, and it's just like.
It's getting crazy.
I mean, and they ahead of it because American Express like, you don't have to keep your jersey. You can trade it in because we know your favorite player, Kevin Durant, is probably not going to be playing with that team.
Right.
And I am JB Pritchard, and I approve this message.
I mean, time will tell, man. Time will tell. It's only going to get. Well, it might get worse before it get better. You never know.
For sure.
Somebody is gonna be that one person that just take it way, way, way over the top.
Yeah.
Maybe that's already Kyrie. Maybe it might be someone else. Even KD. Like I said, I'm not a real big. I really wanted to see them run it back. To be honest, I really wanted to see Kai and KD and Ben all play. But
sure.
And I think it's so weird. He's gonna have a weird stain as a superstar because if you look at
everything he did.
Yeah, if you look at all the superstars in history, he's the only superstar at this age. You know, it's not like no coming out of retirement or none. It's he's getting traded to go play. You know, try to play for another contender or
Join
whatever.
forces
And it's like
of the dark side.
it takes a lot of courage.
Now, that's what I want to see though, because the ESPY's finna come on, and you know my boy gonna be hosting it.
I don't think he gonna say nothing too wild, man.
They ain't gonna have to. The writers already. You got to.
I think he ain't gonna say nothing too wild though.
I guarantee you they're gonna say something about this.
They gonna say something about KD.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be wild. I don't think.
No, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. Just like you'll see.
We'll see.
I sent them a few stuff, you know.
It's funny as hell.
No, but like seriously, let us know what y'all think about this show. We shot a little earlier than what we usually do. This is the morning show on a Saturday.
You know.
So we dedicated to y'all.
We're gonna put this out tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Sunday morning. You come out of church, watch this.
Cause y'all dedicated to us.
Yeah, man.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
For sure.
And please look forward to our benefit episode. We're trying to spruce stuff up and go all the way legit. You know, MC Hammer can't touch this up in here. So we definitely gonna be leaning on you guys for your support. It's gonna be a fun event, so just be looking forward to that as well.
Yeah. First season coming to a close, man, and you probably got this episode and maybe 1 or 2 more episodes left.
With a bunch of vlogs, so.
A bunch of vlogs for the summer.
And please drop those topics. Like, what would you like for us to talk about? And we are looking for some well-rounded women who are able to talk about a variety of topics.
Yes, sir.
Right, from sports to politics,
To entertainment.
you know, definitely with everything that's happening. We saw what happened, unfortunately, with the Supreme Court and the decisions that they made.
Yeah.
With the Roe versus Wade, kind of returning that. Shout out to all the orgs that are fighting that good fight, where society is trying to pigeonhole the rights to our women, and you know, advocating for women on all levels of life, from sports, you know what I'm saying, to academic, to you know, financial institutions and all that type of stuff like that. We really would like to just hear what you guys think about what's happening from your own mouths, not our opinions. Of course, a lot of stuff is on black and white, but it's just better when we're able to hear, you know, from real people. Just better that way.
Yes, sir. You know, this free game, man. Like I said, follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, like and share, and subscribe this video. Please subscribe so we can do this more. And then listen to us on all podcast platforms. And you know, drop what you think about, you know, off season, where you think KD going, where you think Kai going, you think the Lakers a lot. And then, you know, we'll see you when we see you, man. You know, my waffles all hard. I'm gonna throw these away.
And don't forget, free game, because the game is free.
Yes, sir.
Go grab you a mentor and be all you could be.
Yes, sir.
Dream. No, no. Free game, man. We out. FG.
We out.